Coming up on today's Cowboys Report, we're going to talk about Sam Williams and his self-inflicted social media drama, which does tie into the game itself. Eric Kendricks, if a return is in the cards based on what he posted on social media. And ESPN suggesting a Jaylen Wright trade for the Dallas Cowboys. All that's coming up live here on the Cowboys Report. We are losing, though, this month in our sub-battle against the Commanders report. 396 versus 318. That is this week's numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Let's get them pumped up, catch them before kickoff, plus to get multiple videos each and every single day here on the Cowboys Report. Let's dive into Sam Williams. And if you exist online and you're on Twitter, chronically as sometimes I am, you probably saw some of this going on, where he seemed to take offense, dismiss rather aggressively the criticism of his play against Panthers. So it began when Bob Sturm, friend of the show, tweeted out this caption. And he later posted the video. I'm not going to put the video here because the NFL gets mad sometimes, and we're not going to get the channel shut down for a 30-second clip. It says this, you guys have it in red, bottom right or bottom left of your screen there. Sam Williams, who was the base setting edge on the right side, all the way over on the left side, getting pushed out of the screen by a wide receiver. Well, although nobody tagged Sam Williams in this that I saw, he did quote tweet it with the laughing emoji. And boy, he got ratioed on that front. Someone also quote tweeted, "I'm just trying to see what's funny." Sam said that because they don't know what they're talking about. This play is called crack toss, means a blindside hit by to the defensive end by a wide receiver. It was a crack toss play, and this is the pre-snap formation. You'll see Sam Williams lined up, Xavier Legette directly next to him on the right side of the hash. So that is the play to start. What happens here, and I don't know this for certain, I don't think this is supposed to be his design. It's toss, Legette cracks down on the edge, but Williams also jumps inside on the play. And that's something that Sam Williams does a lot. And I don't know for certain if it is designed slants, because Reddy Stewart can also help out as an edge setter there. I don't think that's the case. I think that's actually just, frankly, Sam Williams trying to make a play, and he isn't very successful in doing that. But he goes from inside the right hash as the end on the run side to the farthest Cowboys defender outside of a corner. Like, honestly, he didn't do a good job on the play. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know why this is what bothers me about some of your players. Dude, just log off. Honestly. Like, just don't say anything. Like, I get that there's a crack toss. You got bullied out of the play by a wide receiver who you have like 45 pounds on. Come on. Now, I've got more thoughts on this, but again, like, yeah, it was a crack toss play, and yeah, the receiver blocked out. That's a receiver against a defensive end. That is as embarrassing as Tommy Tremble bowling around Marshawn Yland all week. What is your one-word reaction to the Sam Williams drama? Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Look, my one word is classic, and it's not a good thing. Clearly, it's classic Cowboys nonsense. Some of the players are a little bit too chronically online. That's why I've taken to putting numbers in tweets and not the names, because I'll never forget Dalton Schultz blocking me for an in-game tweet because he searched his own name. Like, why are we searching our names here, guys? And look, frankly, this is classic Sam Williams. This is who he is and has been over the course of his NFL career. Now, look, that play could have been a design slant inside where he's trying to penetrate and the corner then sets the edge, but the math is not mathing there because then there's two guys on one blocker. So I don't think that was actually the right design to be a slant. I think he was trying he does it a lot, trying to slant underneath blocks, and ends up several times this year completely taking himself out of the play. Sam Williams has more penalties than sacks in his career. He has always been a key penalty boy for the Cowboys. Brother, just log off. Like, just don't tweet. Like, there's no benefits to tweeting. Like, all you're going to do is get the players. But someone was like, oh, he's just rage baiting you. I'm like, why is a player trying to rage bait on Twitter when, like, he also clearly was not because he said he didn't do anything wrong. Like, just log off. Don't tweet. Go play better. That's all you have to do. Oh, that's it. Like, to just laugh off a bad play, like, aha, whatever. Like, do you care? Because I think he does care, but it opens up the door to even have that conversation in the first place. Today's show is made possible by Omaha Steaks. From everyday dinners and effortless entertainment to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks, the world's best steak experience. You guys get an extra $35 off with promo code Cowboys at checkout. Omaha Steaks delivers unrivaled quality and variety. Every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee, and the early Black Friday sale is the perfect time to shop for the best deals. You get the classic favorites assortment. That extra $35 off takes first 4 sirloins, 4 pork chops, 4 steak burgers, 4 franks, a package of fries, 4 desserts, the caramel apple tartlets, all for under $100. So save big with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off select favorites during their early Black Friday sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code Cowboys at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com. Use promo code Cowboys at checkout. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. Let's go to Eric Kendricks, who did visit with the Ravens, chose to not sign with them. He posted this photo on Instagram a couple of days ago where, hey, what's that down there in the bottom? Well, that just happens to be a prominently displayed Dallas Cowboys helmet. Look, a lot of players often just keep their last team's helmets and train with them, essentially. That's not an uncommon event. But it was clearly displayed. Didn't have to have the Cowboys helmet. I'm sure he's got a Vikings helmet somewhere. He used the Cowboys one. Maybe because it's the most modern one that fits the rules and everything there. But my big takeaway is, okay, he's training. He's working out. He's trying to stay in shape. He's not ready to call it a career. And given the way the linebackers have fared, I think everything should be on the table. I don't think Kendricks helps you a lot long term. I don't know how much he truly has left in the tank. But when you continue to struggle with being in the right spots from your linebacking core, maybe you would benefit a little bit from somebody like Eric Kendricks. At the same time, I do wonder if maybe you just embrace the youth movement and you just ride with Maurice Liufau and Shamar James. And yeah, they're going to have their down moments, but do we really think that Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn in the final years of their deals, in the case of Murray, he was a trade acquisition, Jack was a one-year pickup, they got to be here? Maybe you're better off seeing what kind of depth you have. So would you bring back Eric Kendricks? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Look, I don't know how much he has left in the tank. You know, instincts, I think, are still pretty good. The other question that I haven't mentioned yet, does he want to play? The Cowboys tell me, think maybe he just wants a job. You know, players like $1 million rest of the year too, essentially. Does he want to come back for a bad team? A lot of times when you reach this age, this stage of the career, you don't go, yeah, let me go play for a bad team, because then when I also play bad because I don't have the same juice I once did, my career is over. They don't always want to come play for a team that they might view as a non-contender. Now, you are going to get DeMarvion Overshown back at some point soon. He continues to trend towards a return. Probably not until after the bye week, but it might be the first game back out of the bye. I am very excited for Overshown's return. You need him. Your linebacking core has been an obvious disaster class this season. I will also say we have to temper and apply the appropriate expectations. Overshown alone is not going to fix this defense. Coming off of the severity of a knee injury that it did, it's impressive he's already working his way back. I think he's ahead of schedule pretty clearly there. But also probably not fair to just assume he's going to be the exact same guy he was in 2024. We said that about 2024 coming off the 2023 injury, and he was, but I think we have to have some tempered expectations. So I think we can have, hey, I'm not going to overreact to it, and still be excited about Overshown's impending return. What is your excitement level? 1 to 10 is the scale. Some trade talk on today's show. Jaylen Wright has again been mentioned as a trade candidate. This time, Dallas getting linked specifically by ESPN. Dan Graziano had this to say: if Miami decides to trade players before the deadline, it could move on from Jaylen Wright. He was a healthy scratch against the Chargers, seems to have been supplanted by rookie Ollie Gordon, and of course is behind starter Devon Achane. Jeremy Fowler then had this to say: Wright is a player I've had on my radar for that very reason. It's kind of like back-to-back and part of their dueling insider article piece. A lot of teams were high on him in the 2024 draft, including Dallas, which has a soft need after the Miles Sanders injury. So would you trade for Jaylen Wright, the former Tennessee running back? T for trade, P for pass. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Now, look, Jaylen Wright has not been very good. We can acknowledge that. He also hasn't been playing this year. He did show some intriguing flashes in years past, and he's very athletic, and he's cheap. And I wanted him quite bad in the 2024 NFL Draft. That was the guy I had very high on my radar. That was the guy I wanted to take over Maurice Leofau. Here's my question. Can you buy low and have him for several years? Because Miles Sanders' season is over. You can have Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue and Jaylen Wright. You can give those guys some run at various points over the season. You have him for multiple years under team control. That type of trade, super cheap. I think we're talking mid to late day 3 pick at absolute best. And then under team control and has upside. That is a little bit more in line of, whether it's offense or defense, the type of trade that I think actually makes some sense for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not out on Wright. I hope that he can be better than what we've seen. I think that the athletic traits are there. There's just some development that still needs to happen.